Hi everyone, this is Dale Pinker with ForexStopHunters.com with our special video pre-NFP release and anticipated turning point. I want to remind everyone that only risk capital should be used when trading high-risk markets such as FX, any other leveraged instruments, derivatives, futures, options, etc. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Find it interesting that this NFP report is going to fall on April Fool's Day, and the piece that I wrote, the question is, on April Fool's Day, who's going to be the fool? Is it going to be dollar bulls, dollar bears? I want to point out what we talked about in the text. What we have here is a 4-hour chart of Euro USD. It's a rising wedge, shows up as well on the daily. Even if we should push to above this high, there will be serious momentum divergences here. Rising wedges imply that once the wedge is broken, that it retraces the complete move. Not that bearish at this point, but believe that there is a significant turning point at hand, and the fact that this is a reversal formation adds weight to it. And then we go over to cable, which topped last week above 164, and although Euro is trying to push last week's highs, which were right here, and perhaps we'll have some type of stop hunt there, possibly even going for the 142.80 number. We will have divergence there as well, but your relative weakness, if you look at Euro pressing the highs, all we've had up to this point has been a 38% retracement of this 470 pip decline in cable USD. In my view, Euro topping, cable topped. We talked about the Japanese yen last week. We believe that this wave 5 thrust to the downside, which you can see very clearly on the weekly, this whole consolidation from last October was a 4. And then we had this nasty vicious sell-off, and to me this looks like a significant bottom. We talked about that last week. We're getting some follow-through, although we are short-term overdone and there are some divergences showing up on the hourly. This too, in our view, is dollar bullish. In fact, it looks like we're going to finish with a reversal month to the upside. Since this is the last day of the month, you could take a look at your monthly charts. I think we'll look back at this month as being a very key month in this pair, US dollar yen, and I'm looking for debasement of this currency and a pretty good rally and a lot of weakness in the yen against the dollar moving forward. Also believe that US dollar Swiss bottomed at this level back here. You could see it on the daily. We had a nice little bounce. I'm not ruling out a wave 2, possibly a full-blown retest, but as you could see with Euro pressing the highs that we had last week, we're quite a bit off last week's lows, let alone the lows from a few weeks ago. This to me again is dollar bullish. So here's the last couple incomplete pieces of the puzzle. You have Canada in the bottoming process, in my view. Even if it should take out the low of the move that we put in a few weeks ago, it will not be confirmed by momentum indicators. To me, I will label Canada as bottoming. And just like we talked about a wave 5 thrust to the downside in yen to complete the decline, the inverse is happening in Aussie at this point in time as well. Here's your weekly chart, wave 4 triangle, and now we're in this 5th wave terminal thrust. My best guess is 103.85 to 104.15 could be it for this 5th wave. So I'm calling and labeling Aussie as topping, Canada bottoming, Aussie topping. Another piece of the puzzle that's falling into line is gold. It's my belief that even if there was a full-blown retest of this high at 1450, it would be non-confirmed on the daily as well as on the 4-hour. So to me, it looks like gold is topping or has topped. And a chart that I can't show you, but I recommend you take a look at, is the copper chart. And the copper chart is important because it led the whole risk event trade, being long S&P stock indexes over the last few years. Part of the emerging economy story, commodity story, very negative looking pattern in copper right now. To me, it looks like it's topped. There are sayings that copper has a PhD in economics because of its leading indicator forecasting ability, and they also say that all bull markets are roofed in copper. If that's so, they're starting to put the roof on. So going into this NFP number, best guess is the dollar continues to sell off after the release. That's my preferred scenario, and I'll be looking to buy dollar weakness outlined in the pairs that we just covered. Good hunting into this very important event tomorrow. And I want to remind everybody not just to count your pips, but count your blessings. This is Dale Pinkert with ForexStopHunters.com signing out.